most ridiculous time someone thought you were hitting on them? So apparently telling someone the printer is out of paper makes me a workplace predator. Let me explain. I was at the office at 7:30 a.m. on a Tuesday, the kind of early where even the security guard looks at you with pity. I needed to print quarterly reports for a meeting that everyone would attend, but nobody would remember. Standard corporate theater performance. The printer was blinking red like it caught me cheating on it with a scanner. Out of paper and jammed. I saw my coworker Tracy approaching with a stack of documents. Mid-30s, power blazer. The kind of person who color codes her color coding system. She was death gripping those papers like they contained nuclear launch codes. I pay attention to her about as much as I pay attention to the terms and conditions on software updates. Zero attraction detected. Hey, printer's out of paper, I said without even looking up from the jammed tray. She froze like I just asked her to bear my children. Then she practically screamed, "I'm married!" The entire floor went silent. Even the fluorescent lights seemed to flicker in confusion. I stood there holding the empty paper tray like the world's saddest trophy. Okay? But the printer still needs paper. Tracy's face turned this fascinating shade of purple, like a grape that's really committed to being a grape. Stop hitting on me. This is harassment. She stormed off toward HR while I stood there trying to process what just happened. The IT guy who'd been fixing someone's computer nearby just shrugged at me like, "Welcome to Tuesday." 20 minutes later, I got an email from Bridget in HR asking me to come to her office immediately. The subject line just said urgent matter, which is corporate speak for someone's being ridiculous and now it's your problem. Bridget looked like she was trying not to laugh when I walked in. "So Tracy says you were using office equipment as a flirtation technique?" I told her the printer was out of paper. She says it was how you said it. I said, "Hey, printer's out of paper." That's literally it. 5 words. 2 of them were printer. Bridget wrote something down. Probably, "This is stupid" in professional language. She's claiming you lingered by the printer waiting for her and used a seductive tone. I stared at her. A seductive tone. About printer paper. Do you hear yourself right now? Look, I have to follow protocol. We're going to need to interview witnesses. The investigation was like CSI, but for idiots. They interviewed Jim from accounting first. Jim was the kind of guy who brought tuna sandwiches every day and wondered why nobody sat with him at lunch. He told Bridget. He literally just said printer needs paper. There was nothing seductive about it unless you're really into office supplies. Then they talked to the IT guy. I checked the printer logs, he said, showing them his tablet like he was presenting evidence at a murder trial. He was at the printer for 12 seconds. That's not even enough time to have impure thoughts about toner cartridges. The receptionist got involved somehow. I heard Tracy yelling about marriage from across the floor. I thought someone had proposed. Got excited for nothing. But Tracy kept doubling down like a blackjack player who doesn't understand math. She sent a department-wide email with the subject line, "Predator alert, printer area," warning everyone about my pattern of equipment-based harassment. She actually used the phrase seductive paper handling. I wish I was making this up. People started avoiding me in the hallways. Someone moved their desk further from the printer. Miranda from payroll started announcing, "I'm happily divorced" every time she saw me, which wasn't related, but she seemed to enjoy it. Then things got interesting. During the investigation, Bridget made a discovery. "You know," she said during one of our follow-up meetings, "Tracy's made 3 other harassment complaints this year." "Really?" "Yeah, Tom from sales after he got the promotion she wanted. She said he was aggressively collating near her. The new marketing manager who got the corner office claimed she was essentially laminating in her presence. And Carol, who won the Employee of the Month parking spot, accused her of hostile hole punching. The security footage sealed it. They pulled up the video from that morning like it was the Zapruder film. It showed me walking to the printer, discovering the paper situation, saying 5 words to Tracy, and then standing there confused as she stormed off. The whole interaction took less than 15 seconds. Tracy watched the footage and immediately started arguing that my body language was suggestive. "Look how he's standing. That's classic printer predator posture." Kenny from management rubbed his temples. "Tracy, he's literally just standing like a normal human. That's what makes it so insidious." Other people started coming forward. The CEO's assistant revealed Tracy had accused her of aggressive staplering after missing out on an office with a window. Leo from shipping admitted he'd been printing documents in the basement to avoid her entirely. The final HR meeting felt like a courtroom drama where everyone knew the verdict before we started. Tracy tried one last desperate move. "This is victim blaming. I'm being punished for speaking up about printer harassment." Kenny looked exhausted. "Tracy, you've accused 6 people of seducing you through office equipment. That's not normal. The printer isn't a wingman." They transferred her to a different floor with a final warning. She became a legend around the office. People started dramatically announcing, "This is about toner, not your relationship status," whenever she was within earshot. I went back to printing my reports like nothing happened. A week later, a new hire asked me about the printer. I just pointed at it and walked away. Better safe than sorry.